Welcome back to Weather Nation and good Wednesday to you. I'm meteorologist Mary Matthews. Texarkana, Arkansas. We got dry conditions right now, but storms are moving from the south to the north across the Arklatex. Dealing with a round of rain today from Dallas east into Shreveport, and then we have the potential for overnight severe weather as we move right on through Wednesday night and Thursday morning. I'm meteorologist Mary Matthews. As I already said, I'm so sorry. Let's move forward because let's talk about some of these showers and thunderstorms across the region. You'll notice there we've got some stronger storms that are pushing into Memphis, Tennessee, producing some gustier winds out there and some light rain across the interior sections of the Carolinas. These are mainly just kind of run-of-the-mill showers, a few embedded rumbles of thunder. That is about it that we're dealing with across the mid-Atlantic, the Ohio River Valley, but it is going to feed into that threat for flooding, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later in the hour, so stick with us on that. Some of the storms that are firing east of Dallas, producing some gustier winds there, some frequent cloud to ground lightning, otherwise non-severe at the moment. But as you'll notice here as we move right on through the evening hours, so we're going to be talking about that risk for severe weather. So we have this setup where we have that flow out of the south from the Gulf of Mexico. It is making for a very buoyant atmosphere. Temperatures 10 to 20 degrees above average, so certainly very warm, very muggy, and that is setting that stage for severe weather. We have a slight risk in effect from Dallas east into Texarkana. That does include Shreveport. You're on the marginal side of that, so that still warrants the threat for strong damaging winds and the potential for the possibility for some smaller hail. However, the winds will be the strongest from Dallas even east into Tyler, Texas, Texarkana. This does warrant winds 60-70 miles per hour, and again the hail potential extends into Little Rock, Arkansas. We could even see some smaller hail across I-70 into parts of central Missouri. The tornado potential is a 2% for the day today. I know that doesn't sound very big, but it doesn't take much this time of year to put down a spin-up tornado, and we're talking about this into the overnight hours for tonight. So the round we're dealing with right now, not necessarily setting the stage for severe weather. These are mainly kind of stronger thunderstorms that are going to continue to materialize this afternoon. But as you'll notice, the forecast model shows the initiation of some of these storms across Dallas, pushing east into Texarkana as we move into about 10-11 o'clock tonight. That is going to be the area that we really need to continue to watch, is going to be some of those storms that will develop after sunset tonight and that will extend well into the overnight hours, so 1-2 o'clock in the morning. So it's a good idea to have those NOAA weather radios handy, anything where you can get watches, warnings, and be advised that we're going to have that overnight severe weather threat. We've also been talking about the threat for flooding, and we've got this subtropical jet that's been persistent for the last several weeks that has really been pumping in a lot of moisture. Shreveport, Louisiana, this was a shot from yesterday where we did have a lot of rain that fell across the region, and the ground is already very saturated. Some of the local rivers already very vulnerable at or near flood stage. Some locations are dealing with major flooding across southern Arkansas, many of these locations. So as we get more of this heavy rain falling over these very vulnerable conditions, we're going to be looking at not only the threat for flash flooding, but also that aerial flooding, which is those rivers becoming more overwhelmed and overflowing their banks. So flash flood watch is in effect for Nashville, Tennessee, all the way down into parts of Texarkana, Shreveport. And again, flash flooding, remember, we're talking about it happening very quickly as we get a lot of rain over a very short period of time. We're talking close to 2 to 4 inches across southern areas of Arkansas, possibly close to 6 to 8 here south of Memphis. And this is not just in one day. This is going to be in a good 36-hour period beginning today, extending through Thursday night and Friday morning, and even across portions of the Tennessee Valley. So as we kind of watch this system, you'll notice that area of low pressure will be very slow to pull a little farther east, and then we'll have that secondary area of low pressure to develop, and that's really just going to enhance some of our rainfall totals. Now, a lot of this rain will push north into the Ohio River Valley, but watch what happens as we move through Thursday night, Friday morning, as we get winds pumping in out of the north and east around this area of low pressure. That's going to cool our temperatures all the way to the surface, and that is going to allow for some of this liquid precipitation to change over to snow very quickly for western sections of New York State, and of course, as you'll notice here, Boston, Massachusetts, possibly picking up on rain and then a little bit of heavy snow for Friday afternoon, Friday morning. So this is the coastal storm we're going to continue to watch, and we could have bandings of snow 6 to 8 inches for interior sections of the Northeast, and that's where we already have those winter storm watches that are in effect for Syracuse, areas into Jamestown, Buffalo, New York, and winter weather advisories. We already have coastal flood concerns for the Cape into parts of eastern Long Island, so all a big concern for this snowfall, which will be heavy by Friday and Friday afternoon. Stay with Weather Nation on the latest. We have a lot to talk about. We're also talking about the West, picking up on a pretty good storm here for Seattle, Washington, but it's going to be the feet of snow we're going to see in the Sierra Nevadas by late this week. We want to tell you about it, so stick with us. We'll be right back.